Hi, Jim Romer with a special update about the next potential major hurricane, which we call probably Gaston, in the time frame around the 28th to 30th of September. Here's what is going on. It's really going to be important where the actual storm originates. There's Fiona on top and an area of development near my shoulder there that models are having different solutions. So, for example, this is the American model, the area of development, as you see closer to Central America, and they bring a major Category 4 or 5 hurricane into the Gulf around the 28th of September. In contrast to that, you'll see a little bit further north, the European model, the area of development near the Cayman Islands. And what will happen with that situation is a storm potentially being at least a Category 3 or 4 hurricane, depending if it goes over Cuba or not, which is quite likely, and that would create problems for Florida. Historically, this is what has happened as far as Florida hurricanes go. About 20 to 30 storms hitting Florida over the last 15 to 20 years. When the tracks originate somewhere near the Cayman Islands or near the Yucatan Peninsula. A closer look at that, this is how the Florida gets most other hurricanes, typically like Hurricane Andrew you see in that first blue box to the right. Storms come off the west coast of Africa, and most of them go into the Gulf up the East Coast. About half hit Florida since about 1960, 1970. And the tropical waves have been really hurt this summer because of African dust. The area 2 is the region we're going to be watching. So if that storm begins to develop closer to the Cayman Islands and not Central America, then Florida would have about a 70% chance to be hit with at least a Category 3 hurricane. That's what we're going to be watching. Where is the area of development? Is it going to be here, closer to Central America? They'll take the storm into the Gulf, or here, closer to the Cayman Islands, they'll take the storm closer to Florida. One thing we are watching as well is the current loop current. We've seen at least 4 or 5 Category 4 or 5 hurricanes the last 3 to 5 years. Hurricane Harvey that wiped out Houston, Hurricane Michael that hit northern Florida. Because of the climate change and the warming oceans, we haven't really seen this in history, a continuation of this very warm loop current. That orange to red area there, if this storm goes over those regions by around the 28th or 29th, this will create at least a Category 3, even a chance of a Category 5 hurricane. Stay tuned, subscribe to my YouTube channel with updates like this.